The afternoon sun shimmered through the thick, green canopy of the emerald whistle jungle. Gigantic trees towered above, their leaves rustling with secrets only the wind could understand. Ferns blanketed the forest floor, and the air smelled of wildflowers, wet moss, and age-old rain. Laughter echoed through the trees as 4 children played hide-and-seek near an old stone, well surrounded by creeping vines and moss-covered rocks. "You'll never find me, Alan," Xena shouted, darting behind a thick bush. "We'll see about that," Alan laughed, spinning around to count, his eyes covered. Louis ran across a fallen log, while Laura tiptoed behind a curtain of vines, giggling. "Ready or not, here I come," Alan called out. He moved quickly, weaving between trees, scanning shadows and rustling leaves. He spotted something flicker behind a tree and chased it, but as he stepped backward to hide himself, the earth beneath his feet gave way. The ground crumbled. He screamed as he fell, sliding down a narrow chute of mud and roots, crashing through branches until he landed with a hard thud. Everything went silent, except for the distant cries of birds. "Xena? Louis? Laura?" he shouted. Only echoes replied. He looked up. The hole he'd fallen through was too high to climb. Around him, trees loomed taller, the light dimmer. He had wandered deeper into the jungle alone. He began walking, heart pounding, calling out every few minutes, but only strange bird calls answered. His legs trembled. Hunger twisted in his belly. He found large leaves with dew to sip, and plucked berries from thorny shrubs. Some were sweet, others made his throat itch. His stomach groaned as he curled under the root of an enormous tree that night. His face pressed into moss, damp and cold. In the distance, a wolf howled. The next morning, he wandered toward the sound of rushing water and found a stream. He cupped his hands and drank greedily. A lizard sunned itself on a rock nearby. Alan stared at it. The thought made his stomach churn, but hunger won. With shaking hands and a sharp stick, he caught it and cooked it over a small fire. He started by striking 2 stones together. It was the first meal that stayed down. Over the next few days, Alan learned to survive. He built a small shelter with fallen branches, gathered fruits and nuts he recognized, and avoided anything that smelled too strange or moved too slowly. He saw creatures he'd only seen in book sparrows with glowing blue feathers, frogs the size of his thumb that croaked like drums, and snakes that slithered silently across the path. One night, while sitting by a small fire, the air around him shimmered. A soft humming filled the forest, and tiny glowing orbs danced in circles above the flames. Alan sat up, heart racing. From the shadows stepped a figure glowing softly, with wings like silver leaves and hair that shimmered like starlight. Her presence was calm and warm. Who are you?" Alan asked, eyes wide. "I am Elira, the forest fairy," she said, her voice like wind through trees. "And you, child, have awakened the heart of this jungle." Alan's voice cracked. "I didn't mean to come here. I was playing with my friends. I fell. I don't know how to get back." Elira stepped closer and knelt beside him. "You are not lost. You are simply where the forest chose to hold you for a while. But I will help you if you are willing to learn." "Learn?" he asked. "To listen to the jungle," she said. "To survive, not just by fighting it, but by understanding it." So he stayed, and she taught. Elira showed him which plants healed wounds, and which whispered warnings through their scent. She taught him how to follow the sun through the trees, how to spot animal trails, and how to sleep safely among roots and leaves. They climbed trees that reached the clouds and swam in glowing ponds hidden beneath waterfalls. He laughed more, spoke less, and listened always. One afternoon, while sitting by a quiet stream, Alan carved small figures into the bark of a tree. "This one's Xena," he said, carving a sharp-eyed squirrel. She always had the best hiding spots. He carved Laura as a fox with a braid in her tail, and Louis as a grinning parrot perched on a branch. "I miss them," he whispered. "I hope they're okay." "They think the same of you," Elira said softly. "But what if they gave up looking?" he asked. "They haven't," she answered. "The people who love you never stop looking. Even when they can't see you, their hearts reach out." He fell quiet. The forest felt warmer, closer, more familiar now. Every sound was a word, every breeze a thought. When Elira led him to a circle of white mushrooms nestled at the base of a weeping willow, she grew solemn. "This is the path home," she said, "a doorway that will carry you to where your journey began." He stared at the glowing circle, then back at the trees. "I don't want to go," he said suddenly. Elira turned, her silver eyes kind. "Why, dear one?" "I feel alive here, strong, free. The forest, it accepted me. And you've been kinder to me than anyone." She knelt in front of him, placing a hand over his heart. "This place changed you, yes. But your world, your family, your friends, they're not whole without you. Your home is nothing without you. You bring light to those who wait for you. Your parents ache to hold you. Your friends still call your name." His eyes filled with tears. "But what if I don't fit anymore?" "They won't care," she smiled. "They don't need to understand the jungle. They only need you." His fingers touched the bark carving of his friends. He closed his eyes. "You'll forget me," he whispered. "I will never forget you," Elira said. She removed a small necklace woven from glowing leaves and placed it around his neck. "When you feel the wind, when the trees whisper, when the stars shimmer, you'll know I'm near." He hugged her, burying his face in her shoulder. "Thank you for saving me." "No," she said. "You saved yourself. I only showed you the way." He stepped into the mushroom circle, a burst of light, and then he was lying in the grass beside the old well. "Alan!" Xena's voice rang out. She came running, followed by Laura and Louis. They threw their arms around him, crying and shouting. "We thought you were gone forever," Xena sobbed. "We searched every day," Laura whispered. His parents appeared behind them, their faces pale and tear-streaked. His mother dropped to her knees and held him tightly. His father just wept and kissed his forehead. That night, Alan lay in his bed, warm and clean. The leaf necklace still glowed faintly under the covers. He looked out the window at the rustling trees and whispered, "I'll never forget you, Elira." Far beyond the hills, deep in the heart of the jungle, a fairy smiled beneath the moonlight.